the man removed the horse's forelimbs and took away its reproductive and excretory organs. In this way, the revolutionary animal called the snake was born. But to everyone's surprise, the appearance of the snake caused the bird eggs to be in danger. So the man suggested designing a spiky egg. But in this case, the mother bird would suffer a lot of pain when laying eggs. So the man suggested designing eggs that could stick to the bird's belly or eggs that could run. But this idea was too absurd. So the man decided to make the shell of the bird egg very hard, so hard that the snake couldn't digest it. However, the little bird inside couldn't break the shell no matter how hard it tried. So a colleague suggested improving the little bird's perception ability so that they could quickly avoid danger. However, it was a pity that the snake was too fast. The little bird would be swallowed by the snake as soon as it broke the shell. So they decided to upgrade the bird's nest. They made the entrance of the bird's nest face downward. In this way, the bird could fly in, but the snake would fall down. Finally, a kind of bird called the weaver bird came into being. The next day, when everyone came to work, they found that the colleague who designed the birds was still very depressed. It turned out that the birds had made their nests into a maze. So the colleague came to work early that day and carefully designed a new kind of bird, which was the snake eagle that ate snakes. Seeing that the snake was easily subdued by the snake eagle, the man who designed the snake felt very frustrated. That day, they received a new commission. They needed to design an animal that could eat leaves from very high places. The old man thought of the winged horse. But this plan was rejected by the engineer because such a large animal couldn't fly. The colleague who designed the birds agreed because it had taken him a long time to make the birds fly. He had to design the bones and feathers to be hollow and make them excrete frequently. The winged horse couldn't do that. However, the engineer still brought good news to everyone. She had successfully made the giraffe with a long neck. But the giraffe soon fainted because its neck was too long. So a colleague suggested that the young giraffe should grow long legs. But in this way, they couldn't drink water. Finally, they decided to combine the two plants. In this way, they could not only eat the leaves but also drink water. And just as the engineer was dragging the giraffe back to remake it, the colleague gave a new suggestion. He said that bacteria that could turn leaves into protein should be added to the giraffe's stomach so that they could maintain a herbivorous diet. In this way, with everyone's efforts, the giraffe was finally designed and recognized by the gods.